What's up guys, it's Jared here coming at you with another video, and today I'm super stoked because I finally got my camera all set up. This is going to be a full tapeless review on my camera, so let's hop right into it. Alright guys, thanks for sticking around. We are going to do a full review on this here camera. This is a DSR-PD150 Sony camera. This thing came out in the early 2000s, and this is one of the best at the time to film with for skaters. So that's why I opted to get this camera over some other ones. I know a lot of people nowadays like digital, but there's just something about watching those old tapes on the mini DVs that you see, or even the video 8s. They just look so cool, especially all the old skateboarding footage. I had to get one for the nostalgia, so that's what I did here. And we're gonna do a full breakdown. We're gonna go over what kind of gadgets I got to make this whole tapeless, what kind of lens I'm using, and some other things, so stay tuned. Alright guys, so I want to start by talking about the base of this camera. Like I said earlier, this is the PD150. This is one of Sony's cameras. It's kind of part of the VX line. You know, the VX1000, 2000, great cameras. This is kind of like a VX2000. The only difference is it actually has separate audio ports, so you can even mount like different types of mics, and it has a couple different ones, so if you had somebody talking, they can mount a mic in this too. And originally I guess this was made for news reporters, but I was so stoked when I found this because I scored an awesome deal. I got this bad boy on eBay for about 120 bucks. And if you look around eBay, you can find some really amazing deals on these kinds of cameras. But I opted for this one because it is just like a VX2000, except it does have the optional audio ports. But it has the 3CCD, and that is something that I really wanted. I really like the color profile of the 3CCD. It just looks better in my opinion. There is a lot of really cool mini DV cameras that don't have that. It's like the 2CCD, but something about it, I just had to get it. Some of the other cameras you can get that are mini DV have the night mode. Unfortunately, this camera does not, but it still shoots some really good footage, and some of the filming that I have done at night actually turned out pretty alright. So that is the base of this camera, and let's get into some of the features I had to add to it to make it tapeless. One thing I want to say actually real quick before we go into the features is when I bought this camera, it did have some troubles ejecting. It would not eject the old tape that was in it. And I found out the reason was the battery. If you buy a lot of these old cameras, good chances are the batteries are just shot. They're old, it happens. I could get this to turn on when I plugged it in because it has an optional plug-in where you can just plug it in and it'll run straight through the old battery, and it wouldn't eject. So I went ahead and I bought two batteries. I think I got them on eBay for like 40 bucks. Two batteries, an extra charger, and popped it in, and it worked fine. So if you guys are looking at some of these old cameras and they say that there are some issues, it is a good chance it might just be a battery, but definitely do your research before you buy a camera that is not working 100% properly. But yeah, just heads up. Alright guys, now the first thing you need to talk about when we're talking about tapeless cameras is what you're recording on. So these old cameras, they use tapes. No longer do I use tapes because they are very expensive. It's like $30 for an old tape, and I think you get like an hour of footage. Now with these, you can pretty much record infinitely as long as you have enough space on your SD card. So this is what I'm using here. This is the PowerPlay. This is a DVR originally meant for drones, but it works great on tapeless cameras. One cheat, if you're gonna buy yourself a PowerPlay, there are other ways to record. I recommend the PowerPlay, but if you're gonna buy one, go to Amazon and buy one there. They seem to be cheaper for some reason, and a lot of times they'll come with the auxiliary cord that you need. On this specific camera, I think this goes for VXs as well, there's 3 auxiliary inputs. A lot of times when you buy it, it will just have 1 auxiliary input. That is something you should look into when you're buying a camera because you're gonna have to get the right cord. This cord is like $40, so it is kind of pricey, but it'll make it a lot smoother. I think you can use some of the other cords, but you might have trouble with your audio. I didn't want that, so I just got the nice cord. But the reason I like PowerPlay is it's just great. It has really good recording quality compared to some of the other ones, and it has removable batteries, so you can just change it out on the spot if you have extras. You don't have to have it charged up all the time. And yeah, it's just really convenient. One thing I will say is if you do buy a PowerPlay, it does have a USB-C like charging port if you just want to charge up the batteries. For some reason, when you buy it, you usually have to charge it with the USB Type-C with the batteries in it just to power it up and turn it on for the first time. I thought that was kind of weird. It kind of caught me off guard because I couldn't get it to work for a second, but I figured it out. But anyway, that is the key to this whole setup, is this bad boy. So you're gonna have to have some way to record over tapes, or you could buy mini DVs, but it's a whole process, and then editing them and digitalizing them, that's a whole nother thing. This makes it so much easier. All right, next up, I gotta talk about this big honkin' mic. So one reason why I really think this camera is cool is you have optional, I think these are XLR inputs. You can put different kinds of mics on here. Now if you look at the old VX, it has the handle, and right here it had a mic, it was built in, which is great. But I know a lot of people, you know, when you're skating, you flick a board, it breaks the mic, and then you're screwed. You don't have any audio. This one, I mean, you could break this, but you can always switch it out, as long as you don't damage this part here, which it is pretty out of the way. And this thing is hefty, dude. This thing is a beast. Like, it weighs you down. Like, if you're filming like this, it's not too bad, but it gets kind of uncomfortable after a while filming like this. But I like that, man. They made them beefier back in the day. They were like made out of iron. Not saying that these don't break, because they do, but it's pretty freaking tough, and I love that about this camera. I mean, I'm not throwing it around or anything. I am very cautious with it, but it just has this good beefy feel, and then I like that you can switch out the mics. It's really cool. Next up, I want to talk about this here lens. You might not know it, but lenses are stupid expensive. This was like a $210 lens. It was pretty pricey. It was pricier than anything else on the camera, but this lens is beautiful. Look at that thing. It is huge, and it gives you some incredible fisheye. I will show the footage on that soon. But yeah, this is just a thing I got on AliExpress. It's kind of like a copycat of, I think it's the Optica fisheye. This is a fisheye. It's a 3X fisheye, and it is on a 58mm thread. That is what this uses. There is a lot of other lenses that are cheaper that have smaller thread patterns. So if you are on a budget, maybe look at the lens you want to get too, because the lens that it comes with is great, but if you want that big, wide angle, big fisheye look, you're probably going to want to get a fisheye. But yeah, without further ado, let's go check out some footage I got on this camera.
Pretty sick. It was fucking sick. Yeah. It was like a one in the 3 feet. Yeah. We're gonna go home. Ghetto ass stair session. Yeah! Woo! Fuck yeah, dude!
Oh, shit, bro.
Hey, you just got here. Why are you already jumping off shit? I get drunk.
Oh, fuck.
That's nice.
Okay, bro, that was awesome. Oh, yeah.
As you can see from the videos, that footage has got that cool old nostalgic look. I really love the colors on this camera, and that is just one thing that is so special about these old cameras. And I love that the skateboarding community is kind of intertwined with the film community, because I think they're both really sick communities, and I'm just glad to be a part of that. And I hope you guys learned something from this video. I know when I was setting up this tapeless camera, I was learning a lot about filming and how these cameras work, and it's pretty interesting. So I hope you guys learned something. If you did, please like this video and subscribe to the channel. We got more cool clips coming soon. We're probably gonna have some more clips filmed on this camera posted to the channel here soon. So if you guys want to support us, please like and subscribe. I really appreciate it. I hope you guys have a kick-ass day, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.